Just hit 6:50. A very good Friday morning to you. We'll take a live look at our Storm Team Skycam network. It is a pretty big weekend. Obviously, we've got the Minnesota fishing opener that we'll be talking about, but also Mother's Day this weekend. The Officers Down 5K going on and the MDA walk as well. We'll get a full check of our weather for all of those weekend activities or whatever else you might want to be doing coming up here in just a couple of minutes.
Hi again and good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Kyle Bosch, just getting started with your nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. Breaking this morning, there will be no vote to recall Fargo City Commissioner Dave Pepcorn.
A news release sent overnight from petition organizer Andrew Lensmeyer indicates that his group was not able to gather the 3,500 needed signatures to bring the recall to a vote. The recall effort surrounds what Lensmeyer calls the actions of a bully, and specifically what he believes is Pepcorn's stand against immigrants in the community.
Lensmeyer says, though his group was not able to make the recall vote happen, he is proud that they were able to get a conversation going about the value of refugees in our community. To read the complete news release, head over to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. Developing this morning, President Trump's attempt to set the record straight on why he abruptly fired James Comey this week is fueling more questions than answers. Over the last few days, members of his own administration have repeatedly maintained the decision had nothing to do with Russia and was recommended by key members of the Justice Department.
But in an interview with NBC News last night, the president said he planned to fire Comey no matter what the recommendation, and admitted the ongoing investigation into possible collusion between his campaign and Russia played a role. At least 20 Democratic attorneys general are now joining growing calls for a special prosecutor to lead that Russian investigation.
6:51, time for weather and traffic on the ones, and we check in first with Lisa Green.
Good morning. It's a nice morning out there. We've got some cloud cover rolling through, but also that sun peeking out as well. Temperatures are going to be on their way to the 70s in Fargo, Moorhead, but there's going to be a range in temperatures today. We'll show you that in a moment. But in Fargo, up to 73 degrees. The wind does become a little more northerly, and at times we could see it gusting to about 20 miles per hour for this Friday. A look at our temperatures right now. It's much cooler to the northeast. We're at 32 degrees in Badette, which is cool, but it's warmer than yesterday's start. And farther south, 54 in Fargo and in Gwinner. The warm spot is Sisseton at 58 degrees right now. That's where we've had some strong winds, a gust to 23 miles per hour right now. Wind out of the south in the southern valley and mainly out of the north in the northern valley. And in between, there's a boundary, so it's separating that cooler air from that warmer air to the south. And we've seen a couple of clouds develop and even a rain shower or two underneath some of these clouds. These are very light, maybe just some sprinkles at this point in places like Lakes Country and northeastern South Dakota. This afternoon, temperatures right around 60 degrees along the Canadian border, so much cooler there. The farther south you go, the warmer it gets. A high of 73 again in Fargo, and we may near 80 degrees for us this afternoon down into our far southeastern part of North Dakota and northeastern South Dakota. Next couple of days warming up, 73 today, tomorrow 80 degrees, and a chance for rain and thunder coming up for Mother's Day, especially in the afternoon. Let's check in with Al.
Pretty morning out here, Lise, just like you've been telling folks this morning. Take in that sunrise if you can. Traffic this morning definitely picked up out here on Interstate 94, both east and westbound. We're going to continue to give the edge to eastbound traffic this morning. And ironically, or interestingly enough, that's where the North Dakota Highway Patrol is, keeping tabs on folks who are headed east. I suspect they're expecting a lot of traffic, a lot of folks headed for the lakes. I-29 traffic also fairly brisk this morning as well. Travel speeds, they're up there this morning. Good, strong 60 to 65. Drive carefully today and always. Al Ahmed Valley Today traffic.
Police this morning are still looking for a man that we first told you about yesterday morning on the Valley Today. He was wearing a bunny costume and reportedly trying to lure children into his van. Take a look at this. This is what the van looks like. An 80s model maroon and silver van with a bunny sticker on the back.
Now, the man involved is described as a light-skinned black man in his 20s to 30s with hazel eyes. Police say he asked a little girl if she wanted to see a live bunny in the back seat of the vehicle. She didn't get in, instead running to her mom, and they called police. Now, police say if you do see this van or have any information, you can call Grand Forks Police at 787-8000.
A student at MSU Moorhead found a bit of a surprise yesterday after class. He found a handgun in a case sitting on top of his car. The student made the discovery yesterday afternoon.
Now, the gun wasn't loaded, but there was ammo in the case. Now, no firearms are allowed on university property, but you are allowed to lawfully carry in parking lot areas on campus. The owner of the gun was contacted. Officials say they treated the situation as a found property case. And that is the sound of a taser, which is what an angry caller said was brought to school in Colfax yesterday morning, and that nobody was disciplined. We checked out that whistleblower report and found out it was a toy taser that 2 kids brought in to see if they could shock each other.
Superintendent Tim Godfrey says there was no malicious intent in bringing the toy to school, and the student who brought it in has been suspended for a few days. One Walk is uniting family, friends, and neighbors to strengthen those with muscular dystrophy.
It is coming up this weekend, and the Valley Today's Christy Larson is joining us live from our studios this morning with a great guest talking about just how important this event is in raising money for a special camp. Hi, Christy.
Here this morning. So Dom, let's just talk again about why people should help support you guys and support the camp that you get to go to each and every year, so that you can see those beautiful ladies you said.
Well, besides the beautiful women, obviously, some of my best friends that I've ever known are there. Like my friend Peyton, we're always causing trouble. He's always hitting on ladies. I'm always telling him what a goober he is for doing that. And, you know, I've gone there so many times that, if I don't have certain people in my cabin, it's just not the same. We've got our own team, the Dream Team. So, you know, shout out to the Dream Team because, you know, why not?
And the Dream Team wants to make sure that they can go back to camp year after year, and that's how people can help them do that is by doing events like Fill the Boot or Tomorrow's Walk. So just to remind people, it's going to be happening tomorrow at Moorhead Center Mall. Registration begins at 8 a.m. Events kick off at 9 a.m. You get to hear from some great speakers, and I even will be out there tomorrow emceeing the event as well. So I will be out there helping raise those dollars as they want to send more kids to camp and also raise more money for the clinics and programs that they have, not only here in our area, but across the country too. So if guys, you want to register early, we do have a link on valleynewslive.com. You just click on our hot button.
I thought I was the only one that still used the word goober.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Me and Dom are cool like that.
Well, and maybe a few of us also use it behind your back. Perfect word. Thank you, Christy.
Well, we also want to remind you about the 3rd annual Officers Down 5K going on this weekend. That's going on in downtown East Grand Forks. The event celebrates officers who put their lives on the line daily to keep our community safe and also honors those who have fallen in the line of duty.
There are lots of fun activities for kids and adults. We have information on our website about how you can help out or register for the 5K. Just head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Minnesotans are getting ready to celebrate great fishing when the season officially kicks off tomorrow or tonight. About 500,000 people are expected to fish on the opening day of the walleye and northern pike season. But those aren't the only species that draw people out.
Although not every kind of fish lives everywhere in Minnesota, 162 species of fish do call the state home, which makes it one of the great fishing places in the country.
You know, we're blessed with an amazing aquatic resource, over 5,000 lakes that offer fishing opportunities, 16,000 miles of rivers and stream, and an amazing diversity, you know, whether it's catfish, walleye, pike, we have it all.
And this is the fish that I actually caught last year. I had it stuffed and turned into a pillow for my daughter.
That's
right?
the story you've been telling us.
That's the story.
You're sticking to it.
And I am sticking to it. No, this is a nice giant walleye sent to us by the Minnesota Department of Tourism. Now, fishing obviously very popular in Minnesota. In fact, the average angler spends 15 days a year fishing. Though I know plenty of people who
say,
it's a lot more than
that's
15.
That's just the average. And most of my friends, a lot more than 15 days. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. This has made 30% of men cry.
The answer, a birth of a child. You can take part in our question of the morning at our Valley News Live Facebook page. Well, maybe not going to be a great weekend for Wally the walleye here, at least if anybody has their way, but should be pretty good weather for those fishers.
Good weather coming up at midnight tonight through the overnight hours. We're looking at a decent fishing forecast. Temperatures right around 50 degrees at that point in the valley side in Minnesota. And we'll be dipping down into the 40s by morning. So a little cool tomorrow. Today, though, looks great. Some 60s to 70s depending on where you are.
Very nice. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the